Conor's gonna dog walk him. Huh. Alright, so bet on it. You guys, everybody that think Conor's gonna beat me, oh, he's streaming, he's doing this, he's doing that, like you said with Barrios, if you think he's gonna beat me, please bet the money. Guess what? I'm gonna collect every amount of it. That part and more.
Believe that's a fight that Ryan wants. And if Ryan wants that fight, me as his promoter, I have to grant his wish and work with every promoter, just like I've always done. If I have to work with Dana White, so be it. Which I believe me and Dana White in the same room, breathing the same air, will probably be more entertaining than the actual fight itself.
Ryan Garcia welcomes a fight with Conor Benn, calling it a big matchup and saying he's open to making it happen while remaining confident against top competition.
It's a huge fight. I'm down for him to come over here and we could throw down. You know, he had a great performance even though he lost. Very open to fighting the best, and I want to fight anybody and everybody who the fans want, and I like my chances against anybody.
On the other hand, Conor Benn has already called out Ryan Garcia after his last fight and wants to face him next in September.
Yeah. Garcia, I want my belt. Keep my belt warm. September, let's go. Any day of the week, twice on Sundays. 10 rounds easy. Garcia, you're next. Keep my belt warm.
Oscar De La Hoya opens up on a potential clash between Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn, saying it's a fight Garcia wants, and as his promoter, he would support it. He adds that he's willing to work with any promoter, even Dana White, to make the matchup happen.
Is there movement? Is it official that Ryan is facing Conor Benn? Can you let us know about that?
Not official. Nothing's official. Just quite yet. I've been hearing rumblings, and look, the bottom line is Conor Benn is with Zuffa. Conor Benn is promoted by Zuffa and Dana White. So, we have been hearing rumblings that, oh, there's negotiations and this and that. Well, we're Ryan's promoter, and we haven't heard anything. So I'm waiting for that phone call, whether it's from Dana White or whether it's from somebody in charge over there on the other side. So
Gareth A. Davies described it as a major fight between two modern stars, highlighting Conor Benn's strong box office appeal. However, he raised concerns about Benn competing at 147, suggesting the weight class could be problematic. He also pointed to Ryan Garcia's power and ultimately leaned toward Garcia winning by knockout, unless Benn lands first.
A great prize fight between two of the modern stars of the sport. Conor Benn's crossed over. He is a box office star through thinner, thick and thicker, controversy and the like. He's got star character and star qualities. If he's going to make 147, if he's good at the weight, it'll be a good fight. If he has really struggled at the weight, he's going to struggle against Garcia, who is a massive puncher at welterweight with both left and right hooks, notably that left hook. It's a dangerous fight for him. I think it'll deliver all the way to the fight, but I think he'll get knocked out by Ryan Garcia, unless he knocks Garcia out himself.
Spencer Olivier added another layer to the discussion by suggesting Conor Benn may have lost some punch power and durability at 147 pounds. Because of that concern, he slightly favored Ryan Garcia, also noting that welterweight appears closer to Garcia's natural division.
And I think for Conor Benn, it may just lost a bit of that punch power and maybe even a bit of punch resistance at 147. That's why I lean towards Ryan Garcia, whose natural weight is 147.
Yeah, big.
Adding a promotional and market angle, Eddie Hearn described the matchup as entertaining, but questioned its commercial impact in the United States. He noted Garcia's larger global star power compared to Benn's UK heavy appeal. Hearn also expressed concern about Benn at 147 and slightly favored Garcia if the fight happens at welterweight, given the physical and stylistic matchup.
In terms of that fight, I think it's a good fight. I don't think it's a big fight in America. I think it's a big fight in the UK. Obviously, Ryan's a big star in America, Conor's not. Ryan's a bigger star in the UK than Conor is in America, and Conor's a big star in the UK. So, yeah, I don't think it's a fight that's going to do massive numbers, but I like the fight. I think it's exciting. I think at 147, Ryan's a big fight. I don't think Conor should be fighting at 147. I think, I like him up at 160 or up towards that weight class, but I don't see a way he beats Ryan Garcia at 147.
Regis Prograis also broke it down from a technical standpoint, identifying Ryan Garcia as the more gifted boxer with sharper speed and knockout power. At the same time, he emphasized that Conor Benn's intensity and determination could keep the fight competitive, making it dangerous despite the skill gap on paper.
I think Ryan does have better skill. Ryan is fast, big hook and stuff like that. But Conor has power, you know, and power can change everything, bro. You know, when you got power, one punch can change everything. So I think it'll be a very interesting fight. Like I said, I think that skill wise, of course, I lean more towards Ryan. But Conor's hungry. You know, it's hard to beat somebody that's hungry, that wants to be a champion.
From a coaching perspective, Stephen Bredman Edwards backs Garcia, calling him the more naturally gifted boxer. However, he noted that Garcia can be unsettled by early pressure and warned that Benn's aggressive style could force uncomfortable exchanges and disrupt Garcia's rhythm if he starts fast.
I would kind of lean more towards Ryan because I think Ryan is the better, just natural talent. But if it starts close to the fight, because Ryan is skillful, but he's not like the most physically imposing guy. You could push him around a little bit. And Ben's a little bit ultra aggressive and a little bit forceful with his body, and he's fought at 160 pounds. So he can like maul Ryan and brawl him and stuff, you know, and fight like a messy kind of fight and throw him off a little bit.
On the other hand, Adeola Depot highlighted Benn's consistency in training and suggested he could manage his weight, cut more effectively this time. Still, he warned that if Garcia shows up in peak condition, Ben will face a serious test, even though his relentless pressure could make the fight explosive and unpredictable.
Interesting to see how Conor Benn physically looks. I just went onto Conor Benn's Instagram page. He's always training. So I guess he has to stay around a certain weight now so that weight cut isn't difficult. Because at 150, he still looked didn't look right for me at 150. It's been a long time though that his body's got down to that weight. So yeah, I think he will probably start from a lighter point just to make that final weight cut easier. But look, if it's the Ryan Garcia that turned up against Barrios, Conor's got an issue. But Conor Benn will fight. That's one thing. Like, try and remove, if you can, close your eyes. Try and remove whatever dislike you have for Conor Benn. Just think of the matchup here. And Conor Benn will try and take his head off. Will he be successful at taking his head off? I do not know. But we know, at least we know, he will try and fight to the death. And I'm not mad at it. I think it'll be an exciting fight for as long as it lasts. And then we'll see what happens.
Carl Frock delivered a more one-sided assessment, questioning whether Benn's resume truly reflects elite-level opposition. He suggested Benn is not yet at the required standard and pointed to Garcia's hand speed and movement as too much for him, giving Garcia a clear edge.
Conor Benn gets absolutely splattered. I've got to be honest, I don't think he's got a chance. He's not there yet. And I've said it before, and he gets the ump with me for saying it. But who's he beat? What's he done? Who's his biggest win?
Chris Eubank.
You can't say it's a big win. This guy finished Eubank years ago. And Eubank's lost a couple of fights. He got battered by Liam Smith. And that's a level. It's like, what's Eubank done to warrant Conor Benn saying, I'm ready for world titles like this against this guy? I know he's just now become a new world champion and it'd be a good fight, but for me, I just think Ryan Garcia.
Brock further expanded on that view, calling the fight an attractive matchup, but warning it could be a dangerous step up for Benn at this stage. He suggested Benn may benefit from another top-level opponent before taking on someone like Ryan Garcia.
It's a fight I'd want to see.
Yeah.
Conor Benn against Ryan Garcia, I want to see
Yeah.
it, but I just think it's a dangerous fight for Conor Benn, and I don't think he wants to be chucked in with a dangerous fight straight away. I think you need an interim fight at world level before you jump in with someone like Garcia.
In contrast, George Groves viewed the matchup as competitive and entertaining, while still acknowledging the risks. He praised Benn's aggressive, fan-friendly style and noted his improvements in recent fights, suggesting that momentum could make this a closer contest than expected.
Fight than the Shakur fight.
Yeah. And more winnable.
And more winnable. So yeah, it's more dangerous in some ways, but it's more winnable in others. And I mean that's a fight that I would be really excited for, to be honest. I'd really, because I think Conor Benn, whether like he's limited or unproven in certain ways, he's got an exciting style and he's good to watch, he's fun to watch, and he's coming off a massive high. And he's a much better fighter now than he was a year ago, just through having those two camps, fights, the whole process against Eubank, performing on the highest stage, coming back from a loss to avenge it in a great way. And maybe it might be flattering because Chris Eubank was so finished. But yeah, I think the Garcia fight, I think it's a great fight, really.
Meanwhile, attention also shifts toward another major possibility in the division, as Ryan Garcia has shown serious interest in facing Shakur Stevenson at 140 pounds, further amplifying talk around a potential blockbuster matchup between two of boxing's biggest young stars.
Make 140 comfortably. You know, I trust, you know, the people, my team around me. If their opportunity presents itself, I would love to fight Shakur Stevenson.
Ryan Garcia views a potential fight with Shakur Stevenson as a high-level technical chess match, showing respect for Shakur's defensive skill set, but questioning whether it can truly handle his speed and timing. He believes Stevenson has not yet faced an opponent as explosive as him, and suggests that consistent pressure could be the key to breaking Shakur's rhythm over time.
Beaten a sixth fight already, Devin Haney, which is longer, stronger, and faster than Shakur. So Shakur's better defensively, but he's never faced a guy as fast and with timing like myself.
Would you say that's probably the hardest fight for you right now?
No, it wouldn't be a hard fight. It would just be a thinking fight. And the thing is, you could think all you want. When punches are coming at you too quick, your brain can't react. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Your brain, you just get hit, get rocked. I mean, look at Devin Haney. He has good defense.
Responding to the growing interest, Shakur Stevenson has welcomed the idea of the matchup, calling it a major high-stakes fight that fans would clearly want to see. He also emphasized its commercial significance, pointing out that it would likely rank among the most profitable fights in the entire division.
It'll be a lot of excitement to that fight. It's a big money fight. Ryan Garcia is somebody that comes in there.
Building directly on that, Shakur further reinforced his willingness to make the fight happen under flexible conditions. He stated he is open to competing at 140 pounds on open terms, or even moving up to 147 with certain adjustments, making it clear he is prepared to adapt in order to finalize the deal.
So you will have a rehydration clause at 140?
No, I don't want a rehydration clause.
Oh, you don't. So if he comes down to 140, you don't want the rehydration clause. Only if he comes down to 40. Only if he comes down to 47, you have to go up to 47. Do you want the clause, or you don't want the clause at all?
I only want the clause if I go up to 147, but I don't plan on going up. So at the end of the day, I don't need the clause. We can fight at 140.
From a stylistic breakdown, Robert Garcia described the matchup as a classic clash between explosive power and technical boxing IQ. He explained that the fighter with more natural explosiveness could take control by forcing a stoppage, while the technician would need to rely on discipline, distance control, and avoiding exchanges. In the end, he slightly leaned toward the puncher as the more likely winner.
Ryan's probably faster, bro. And look, man, I could take that back. Maybe they're probably the same when it comes to fast. But I know Ryan has a lot more power. Ryan hits a lot harder than Shakur. So right there, any punch.
Devin Haney all over again?
Could be. Never know. I don't know, but you can't count Shakur because Shakur's talented. Talented, but it's still an interesting fight. I would like to see it.
If Ryan were to fight him and it became concrete, what would he need to do to win that fight?
Try just press and try to win by knockout. Because I don't think he'll win a decision, but try to win by knockout. And he has the power to knock him out.
What do you think Shakur needs to do if he had a chance?
Just fight the way he fights, smart. Keep him on the outside. Just use the long jab and counter punch and speed. Don't try to get in there and exchange, because if he tries to exchange, he'll get hurt and get knocked out.
If you could pick who wins that fight, who wins that fight? If you had to choose.
Shit, I can't go against Ryan anymore, so I'll pick Ryan.
Adding a broader perspective, David Benavidez described Ryan Garcia versus Shakur Stevenson as a close, high-stakes matchup that would generate massive fan interest. While acknowledging Stevenson's skill and rising status, he stressed that true legacy is built through taking elite-level risks, urging Stevenson to seize the opportunity while it is available.
It's not an easy fight. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Like, I can't, I'm not gonna say Ryan Garcia go knock Shakur out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Shakur's gonna go knock Ryan Garcia out. It's a 50-50 fight, and that's what we want to see. So, but like I said, that's just my opinion. If he feels like he's not ready to go up to 147, everybody has their opinion. Just like me, I'm not ready to go up to 200 pounds. You know what I mean? So I was just saying, that's just my opinion.
Benavidez expanded on that point by warning that turning down the fight could mean missing a defining moment during Stevenson's prime years. He emphasized that champions are measured by their willingness to take dangerous challenges rather than avoid them, adding that elite fighters are capable of adapting regardless of size differences.
He's able to have this position, and him not taking that is going to hurt him, because at the end of the day, he's in the prime of his career. How old is he? Like 28?
Yeah,
29?
Yeah.
So he's becoming in the prime of his career. So for me, in my opinion, I think these are the best times where you should take these fights, you know, make the biggest fights happen while you're in the prime of your career. I mean, and I'm not saying he's not going to be in the prime of his career when he's 30, 32, but this is really when it becomes. I mean, he can really get the best out of himself right now. So, but like I said, that's just my opinion. If he feels like he's not ready to go up to 147, you know, everybody has their opinion. Just like me, I'm not ready to go up to 200 pounds.
From a fighter's perspective, Gary Russell Jr. highlighted that Ryan Garcia typically enters bouts with strong self-belief and minimal respect for his opponent's power. He suggested that this mindset would remain unchanged against Shakur Stevenson, but stressed that the outcome would ultimately depend on Garcia's timing and tactical execution under pressure.
He didn't respect Devin's pop, his power, or none of that. He didn't respect that. Ryan has the ability to hurt him. I believe, just like what you mentioned with Shakur, Ryan won't respect Shakur's power. And he does have the ability to hurt Shakur. The difference is, I think Shakur...
Can he hit him?
That's going to be the issue. How you attack and when you attack.
Building on that breakdown, Sean Zittel pointed out that Ryan Garcia often struggles to maintain his rhythm once his confidence is shaken, particularly after getting hit clean. He explained that Shakur Stevenson's sharp timing, precision, and ability to control distance would give him strong advantages over a full 12 rounds, even though Shakur doesn't rely on one-punch knockout power. Despite that, he still saw the matchup as competitive because Garcia's explosiveness always keeps him dangerous in exchanges.
Feeling it, and he's confident. You know, it's a different animal in there, and they both tamed him in the second round with their knockdowns. And so maybe Shakur over 12 rounds will do, because he's so pinpoint. Look, Devin and Shakur, I'm not saying they can't punch. Devin showed against Brian Norman he can punch. Shakur is one of those guys so sharp, so pinpoint, like Floyd was once he got in higher weight classes. Okay, he may not stop you necessarily, but he's got enough to keep you respectful and not. But that being said, since they don't quite crack like Gervonta and Rolly, I think that's an interesting element of Ryan against both of them. Ryan's a little bit bigger than Shakur. He's very fast. He punches hard. And then we already saw the first time with Devin, you know, it's every time they fought in the amateurs, it was a tough fight, both ways. So he's you know, he's the underdog against Shakur, but I think he's a more competitive matchup than Teofimo turned out to be. Styles make fights.
I agree.
And then Devin, I think a lot of people look at the rematch as a 50-50.
Backing up that viewpoint, Sergio Mora also described Garcia as the more stationary and flat-footed fighter, while labeling Shakur Stevenson as the quicker and more elusive technician. He praised Stevenson's elite-level fundamentals, defensive skill set, and adaptability across multiple weight classes, emphasizing that his style is specifically designed to shut down aggressive punchers. Mora also highlighted Stevenson's high fight IQ, comparing his level of control in the ring to some of the best technical boxers in the sport.
Ryan Garcia is flat-footed. Shakur Stevenson is a cheetah in and out, man. I mean, he's been so successful from the Olympics to moving up in weight divisions. Power's not going to be enough for him. And if you're not going to be a volume puncher, like Ryan Garcia clearly is not a volume puncher, then how are you going to beat Shakur Stevenson? How are you going to be able to compete with that in-and-out southpaw style where he doesn't engage with you? The timing, the confidence, the momentum. Shakur is cut from the cloth of Floyd Mayweather Jr., Andre Ward, and these greats that don't get touched, they don't get hit. The defensive geniuses, Pernell Whitaker. I mean, these are big names, but Shakur's cut from that cloth, man. He's special.
So the real question now is simple. What comes next for Ryan Garcia? Does he head into a massive crossover style clash with Conor Benn under the Zuffa boxing spotlight, or does he chase the higher skill showdown against Shakur Stevenson in a pure technical battle? Both fights bring very different risks, styles, and stakes, but either way, Garcia's next move will say a lot about where he stands at the top of the sport. For now, all eyes stay on how these matchups shape up moving forward. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to subscribe for more boxing updates, fight analysis, and big matchup talk just like this.